Welcome to the Teqball World Series in Budapest. As you look at the citadel over this beautiful historic city, we return on the World Series to Europe for just the second time this season. A very good afternoon to you. My name's Tim White. Back in the birthplace of Teqball. It's the capital of Hungary. It's beautiful. It's Budapest. 3 finals for you today. Prize money of $30,000 up for grabs as we look at the doubles, the best we can find in the women's, the men's and the mixed doubles. And some new names there as well and some big stories along the way. We're indoor for a change. Most of the venues this season in the World Series have been iconic outdoor locations. But as the chill progresses, we've moved inside to one of the handball arenas in Budapest, the Amalia Stubinsky Kezelabdachomok, which I'm reliably informed is the name for a sports venue. And Amalia Stubinsky was one of the best ever female handball players, voted the best ever of the 20th century. Right then, our first final today is this one on the screen. As you see, the route to the final. And it isn't an all-Hungarian affair today by any means. And indeed, Viorica Tonu is one of the new names to make a final today. The Moldovan, first ever Moldovan in a final as well, teams up with Kinga Barabasi. You see the Polish official for this first final, Agnieszka Nurzinska. And the Hungarian team, regular techers, will know a little bit better. But first, let me introduce you to the underdogs because they're seeded just 14, yet make their first ever final together. Kinga Barabasi of Romania and Viorica Tonu of Moldova. 27 and 28 years old. Surprised many by getting to this showpiece event. But they're up against the number 3 seeds and they will have the home support. Listen to the ovation for Petra, Pechy and Nora Vicsek. Getting to be old hands at this now, even though they're just 25 and 27. One of the best pairings in the world. They won in Madrid last season. And this season, it's been a semi-final in Madrid as well for this pair, and they've won 2 slightly lesser events in the Teqball League. World Championship semi-finalists, hoping to go one better when we return to the World Championships for our next event, which will be in Vietnam. Well, let's concentrate on the 3 events then today. As I said, some real surprises in the finals lineup today. Quite a few would have picked this team though. Kinga Barabasi, number 4 in world singles, only 11 ranked in doubles, but she's seen and done it almost all on the world stage in this fabulous sport. But not so for Viorica Tonu, a former midfielder in her youth with a little-known Moldovan team, though they once did win the Women's National League in Moldova and qualified for the Champions League. It's her first ever final, and until yesterday, she hadn't played a semi-final or even a quarter-final. Viorica Tonu, a new name in the world of Teqball. Well, congratulations to her for getting to the final, but up against Petra, Pechy and Nora Vicsek, it will surely be a really tough challenge. They've been some big names along the way as well. Tell you about that as we get underway. 2023 World Championships in Bangkok. Pechy was a semi-finalist in the singles, and along with Nora Vicsek, who's celebrating her birthday next Monday, by the way, the 27-year-old, soon to be 28, has already won a couple of events in the Teqball League, and they won the Madrid 2023 tournament as a pair. So the warm-up is over. The first of the 3 finals underway here, and it's the team from Moldova and Romania in yellow, missing the table and giving the first point to the Hungarians. Good crowd in here for finals day. We've been playing already for a couple of days to get to that spot. And Pechy and Vicsek came through without losing a set, as did Tonu and Barabasi. So these clearly have been the 2 best partnerships. Barabasi, was she over halfway? The referee doesn't signal a legal attack. Pechy just helps it back on the way. Viorica Tonu setting it up, but it might come back with a big header from Pechy. Barabasi has to use her chest. You have to use a different part of the body with the final touch every time, and then it's Pechy putting that one away. First point 1 in aggression, and 2 already of the 4 serves defended well by Petra Pechy, the Hungarian team off to a flyer here. Good hit. Been used to the spectacular hits from the Thai players of late. They are not here this week, which has opened up a real opportunity for many you don't normally see in the final, and that's not a great layup from Viorica Tonu. Under the table, inexperienced. Will be some nerves playing in her first final. And with a big crowd, very few spectators in truth, just teammates and a few friends watching in the qualifiers. Pechy can't get it on the table. Vicsek didn't want it back, and Tonu's big hit gives the Moldovan her first point and her team's first point. So 3-1 at the first changeover. Barabasi now has to try to equal that. As I said, they will be firm underdogs for this match. Came through the sets easily, dropping just 38 points for 72, but the Hungarians did even better. Pechy has to be careful and just hits the top of the net, doesn't make contact with the table, so the point will go to Barabasi and Tonu. Good to see another nation represented in the final. Moldova and Romanian are neighbours, of course, and share a common language, some vague differences with Moldovan. Pechy, oh, just a slight misunderstanding there. Well, she bisected them beautifully, and Barabasi and Tonu are left looking at each other as we look at a replay of the situation. You can see that Barabasi thought about going and realised she wouldn't be able to get there, tried to leave it for Tonu, who was a little too late to the danger. 2-4. Good first serve this time. As a Hungarian pair on the back foot, and fortunately it wasn't a good serve. It was clipping the net that I couldn't see from my vantage point here, down low. Good second serve though, skims off the table. Pechy does well to keep it in place. Should be a good setup here though. Tonu sets it up and Barabasi's missed it, and she looks distraught with herself there. 9 times out of 10 she would make that. Excellent chance to bring it back to 1 point. Instead, the gap is now 3. Pretty much a perfect setup from Tonu. Barabasi has to wipe that from her memory banks. Can't get the first serve in. Barabasi recently won the Žilina Open in the singles, a level below the World Series, of course, for regular techers. Oh, mix up there as well. A bit of miscommunication in the opening stages on both sides of the net. Nora Vicsek just left that one. If you are new to the sport of Teqball, in the doubles, and in singles actually, you get 3 touches, but both players in doubles must touch the ball during those 3. You don't have to use 3 touches, you can put it over on the second, as long as you both touch the ball. Then you have to use a different part of the body for the final touch on your side of the net. Barabasi setting herself up this time, goes wide enough to cause Vicsek too many problems and takes the point. Well, it was 2-2 on her own serve, which keeps them in touch, just 2 points behind, and that reduces the arrears to 1. Hungarian pairing are ranked 9 and 12 in the doubles rankings at the moment. Pechy the higher. Vicsek serving here. Although she hasn't made a final this week, and we won't be seeing her today in the live broadcast, it was good to see Leah Vashash back this week with her partner Jeanette Janicek, taking a little time away, concentrating on her job. One of the best young names in Teqball, and already, fair to say, an iconic figure, but they were beaten in the quarterfinals by Pechy and Vicsek, who've probably assumed the mantle of top Hungarian team now, and that's always putting you near the top of the world rankings. Pechy with the good hit. Not over yet, though. Tonu going for her own, but misdirects it. Well, it was a decent counter and decent setup, but Tonu couldn't strike. Tonu, again, looking distraught with herself. As I said, once played in the Champions League for women in the outdoor version of football. Played for FC Nora. Fortunately for her. Her teammate Barabasi couldn't convert that either, and we have a 2-point gap again here as the serve switches over. So 2-2 on that set of 4. So let's see what Viorica Tonu can do with this one. Used to play midfield with Nora from Nimoreni in Moldova, a town right in the centre of the country, one of the smallest countries in Europe. Caught the edge, and she's lucky there. We'll get another chance. Some might say that should be a fault, but she gets another chance. Oh, great play from Pechy then. Barabasi still has a chance to keep it on the table. Pechy, Vicsek with the low head. A bit of a harvest ahead of that one. Viorica did really well there, didn't she? Now, Kinga, back to Viorica. Kinga, Barabasi with the big hit. Great defending from Pechy. Might still keep it alive. Oh, how unfortunate. Great rally, great defence from the Hungarians, but the point goes to the Romanian and Moldovan team. Well, this is what we needed, a nice close contest, and got to stay in touch, but great defensive work there from Barabasi initially. Well worth watching again. Pechy, super slice pass to keep that alive. Vicsek back across. A stab from Pechy. Fabulous Teqball. Good start here. 3 finals, all the doubles to come. Tonu does well. Little low harvester over the net. Didn't fool out on the Hungarians though. Barabasi with a smash. And you saw there, hit the ball just before the net. You cannot make contact with the ball over the halfway line or first contact. There is VAR today, should there be an appeal put in, but won't be needing that one. We are tied at 7-7, so the first 2 serves ever in a final from Viorica Tonu have brought 2 points for her team. Great serve, very difficult, couldn't cope with that. Pechy and Vicsek. Pechy got a touch on it, but the perfect place for a serve. Low over the net with pace and just catching the end of the table before the edge. A little inconsistent, a little too high with a couple, but when she gets it right, very difficult to deal with, as we've seen. More caution with the second serve. Vicsek has to nod it a long way back, but a decent header. Should be set up nicely though. Barabasi into Tonu, she's nailed that one. Out goes the ball, clean out of the arena. And for the first time in the final, they're now forging ahead. A brilliant set of 4 points for Barabasi and Tonu on Tonu's serve. And 9-7 in the first set, and the upsets may be continuing here. Had a tough semi-final, the Barabasi and Tonu combination against Barnicka and Sigora, the Polish pair, but beat them 6-10 and beat the highly rated Hungarians, former world champion singles player Anna Ishak and Boglarka Nagy, 7-5 in the quarters. Double fault, captain's fault, leaves the Hungarians with a lot of work to do here. The more highly fancied Pechy and Vicsek. Pechy can't find the table again here. Pressure now at 7-10, first to 12 wins. Oh, it's a great second serve. Barabasi can't believe it. Just didn't have a chance to get a foot under that one. Huge pressure after the double fault. And Pechy withstood the pressure. She'll try and replicate that every time at these serves. 2 more to come. 8-10. It's a good one, but not quite as good. Oh, that's not gonna, oh, it is. I thought it was gonna be over halfway when the touch was made. Oh, a mistake from Pechy. I think she changed her mind there and just tried to have a little harvester over the net. But that mistake means it's set points aplenty here for Barabasi and Tonu. Even getting 3 wouldn't save them. They need 4 in a row. Sudden death if it gets to 11-11, but we're a long way from that. 3 set points for a clear victory, first of all, before we get to a deciding point. Vicsek keeping it alive, Pechy with a smash, between the two of them, pulls one of them back to the delight of the home crowd here. Well, that's service over, which will give them a chance. But 11-9, there's still a lot of work to do here. Serves have been good today, generally. No one has actually lost their serve, but it's Tonu's 4-0, which has separated the teams. That being 3-1, we'd have been all square now. Tonu really proving her value in this partnership, the junior partner in terms of experience, although she is a year older than Kinga Barabasi, who's serving now with that left foot. Pechy with a big hit. Tonu, she won't keep that one in the arena, and the crowd getting more excited and agitated as we may be near a deciding point. One last chance to finish this before we get to the deciding point. 11 apiece means it's just a sudden death point. If it's 11 all of the final set, that's when you'd need a gap of 2. Top Teqball here. Barabasi nearly knocks herself out as it comes back off the perspex. 11-10 with the serve. Needs to make this count or the next one. $30,000 prize money up for grabs in the 3 finals today. Pechy, careful not to go beyond halfway. Now a chance to win it. Is she over halfway? Still no signal given. Pechy keeps it alive. Tonu misses. It is 11-11. We don't need VAR. We don't need an appeal. It's a deciding point in the first of the finals here today. Great comeback from 11-8. It's the biggest margin we've had between these two teams since we started this final. The first set will be decided with this point. Barabasi lost 3 on serve. Needs just 1. Can she still make it? She can! Killer first serve. The comeback was for nothing. Kinga Barabasi does it when it matters. And the Romanian and her Moldovan partner, Viorica Tonu, win the first set. 12-11 on the deciding point. Thrilling stuff in Budapest. 60 seconds between the sets, of course. Go to a third set if needed. The Hungarians shocked here. Some really good serves. Saw these two practicing outside just half an hour or so before we went live here. And that's the point that won it. The low serve. And what pressure after seeing an 11-8 lead whittled away.
Viorica Tonu pedig a 137. A román és román színeket képviselő páros vezet 1-0-ra, 2 szedgyőzelemig tart a döntő, egyel közelebb.
Good crowd in here in Budapest, in the handball arena named after Amalia Sturbinski. Well, the two halves of this capital city of Hungary uniting here, Budapest, but it was defeated in the opening set like this. And the unforced errors, 5-4, but still they won the set. Romania-Moldova partnership, Barabasi and Tonu, surprising the number 3 seeds. Themselves seeded only, or ranked only 14th this week among the competitors, with a doubles ranking of 11 for Kinga Barabasi and Viorica Tonu, because she's almost not played, 137. You can vote for your best athlete of the day, male or female, throughout the day. You can see the QR code on your screen, or you can visit us, FITEQ.org/vote. Okay then, second set, here we go. Barabasi hoping to start as she finished the last set. A winning serve, not an offer this time, but Tonu can win the point. Great defensive header. Lovely chest, still a lot of ground to make. It's too difficult for Vicsek. Great effort. So much power on that. And Petra did really well just to even keep it alive for one touch, but she was still having to go backwards.
Out.
Oh, another mistake. It's another very good serve. And it's a good start to the second set. They trailed 3-1 in the opening set, remember, and even trailed 7-5, but boy, did they find their Teqball boots at that point. Barabasi making sure, she hopes, that not going to be behind at all in this second set and can steady any nerves as they approach the finishing line.
Second service.
A number of times that both teams have come up with a good second serve. That was over the halfway line. It's not really worth appealing because I don't think it was an edge ball anyway, had it not been. So they considered it, but referee Agnieszka Niozinska was firm and, ooh, actually, possibly correct, but
Out.
naked eye definitely looked over, clearly.
Second service.
Barabasi looking for a clean sweep, 4 out of 4. Pechy has other ideas. Tonu keeps it alive, good setup. Barabasi, this time it's Vicsek defending, comes back towards her, uses the knee to help it over, does well to stay in the rally, but Tonu, oh, she's made a mistake there, but it will count. She didn't mean to do that, did she? Barabasi, great defense. Tonu, oh, this is asking such a lot. Can she do it? Very near unlucky, and applause for the effort. So 1 point is taken against the serve, that's all from the Hungarian team, but they're off the mark in set number 2. 12-11 that first set. Yeah, interesting, you saw during that rally that she was going to take another touch there. Tonu, you missed it actually, didn't we? You didn't see it on the replay, but because she touched it and it went over, it still counted, the rally continued. Pechy's first of her 4 serves, doesn't come back. Barabasi only finds the side of the table. Well, quite often, the men's serve is very difficult to defend against, and you'd expect them to hold serve comfortably more often than not, but the women's serve is quite often seen as a chance to take points, but here the serves are standing up really well, I have to say, today. Good accurate serving, and again we see another point going the way of Pechy and Vicsek to level it up at 3-3. First set they've lost in the whole week today. Conceded just 44 points in their 5 matches and 10 sets. Well, there was no pass there, so that's why it was not played by Barabasi and Tonu. They knew they'd won the point, both players having to make a touch before the ball goes over the net. So 3-4, the last of the 4 serves for Petra Pechy, and it's good enough. Viorica, but Tonu cannot control it. And so both sets of serves end 3-1 to the server. Really good at the end of the table. That's what makes it such an interesting sport. The world is curved. So Tonu, yet to lose a point on serve, was 4 and out. First time, this time, it's a point straight against them thanks to the boot of Petra Pechy. 25-year-old from Budapest on home territory, making her first touch in the rally count. Excellent angle, just kissed the net as it went across. So behind for the first time, having been 3-0. Good run for the Hungarians. Pechy somehow kept that over at such a low trajectory. Barabasi thought that Vicsek was further back than she was, but they still have a good chance of a set up here. Tonu trying to set herself up with the angle. Has it clipped? No. Oh, it's the 2 umpires have combined to decide that was an edge ball, and they'll replay the rally. Well, my initial reaction was that it clipped the edge. Tonu set herself up. Very difficult to tell. So we played again, edge ball, and you replay the point. Side ball, you lose the point. Pechy, oh, she's a little unlucky there. Could so easily have fallen in off the net or just avoided the net. Tonu then, ranked 137 in doubles, hardly had any success at all. Reached the round of 16 in Pula and Krakow at the European Championships last year. More recently at Madrid in May, reached the round of 16 in the singles as well. First doubles event of the entire season. Hasn't got a club, unattached at the moment. Might have a few offers after this. And a great hit from Petra Pechy. Means the scores are tied at 6-6, 2 and 2 on the Moldovan serve. Well, this is where the Hungarians will hope to take charge now. Taking that point, and 4 to come from Nora Vicsek. Love to have a first trophy of the season to celebrate her birthday next week. Tonu, though, has other ideas. Oh, it's such a good hit from Tonu. Vicsek got her head in the way and thought she might have given them a chance, but such was the power of the strike from Tonu that it went way beyond Petra Pechy. So 6-7. Vicsek, good serve, but kept alive. Barabasi can only chest it back, so an excellent chance to set up a big hit here. It comes from Petra Pechy. Viorica and Tonu thankfully kept her feet, thought she was going to fall into the advertising hoardings for a moment. But a really good hit to enliven the crowd. They were just silenced a little bit here, and it's not often that a Teqball crowd is quiet. But if Hungarians are being beaten in Budapest, it's about the only chance you have. It's the home of Teqball. We're back here at some point every year.
Second service.
Vicsek with the serve. Tonu laying herself up. Defensive header this time, and the table got in the way for Pechy. Another point for Viorica Tonu. Made such an impression this week. Quiet young woman, never been to a quarter-final before this week in any discipline of Teqball. The former footballer, former Champions League player. Her team, FC Nora, didn't qualify for the main Champions League event after they were national champions in 2012. In the 12-13 season they were involved, but lost all their matches. Great experience nonetheless, I guess. Pechy with the touch. Barabasi's false touch gives the Hungarians the point and ties again at 8-8. Different tuck here. 3-0 lead quickly established by Barabasi and Tonu, but it was soon 4-4. And the next two serves have been shared 2-2. Neither side has taken their time out yet. That's still on offer. 8-all. A little bit too much of the power and not enough of the cut down on the ball from Barabasi.
Second service.
Just a little bit more conservative on that second serve. Vicsek sets it up nicely, and Pechy slams it away. There is no defending that. Well, in the first set, Moldovans and Romanian team were behind and then took the lead and didn't look back. Now, it's the first time that Pechy and Vicsek have been ahead in this set. If they can stay ahead here at the end of this group of 4 serves, well, that will certainly help. They'll have set points because the captain's fault from Barabasi. As you see, their team's first of the match. Means they're 2 points away from dropping the set and sending us to a decider. Again, long from Barabasi. Now, the last time this happened, she served a really good second serve. This time goes for the head. Barabasi with the left foot, and really well played. The feint there, setting herself up for the big hit, but she knew what she was doing. Instead of striking the ball with the side or top on the foot, stab it with the end of the foot, catch your opponents on the hop, get one of those 2 points back. Needs this one, though, to go level at the change of serve. Oh, and the mistake from Petra Pechy, furious with herself, does tie it up again. We've been level at the changeover at 4-4, 6-6, 8-8 and 10-10. Which way is this one going? After this point, we'll have either a set point or a match point. The pressure is all on. PP, Petra Pechy. Oh, she's struggling there. Barabasi was left in the lurch. The double touch didn't come off for Tonu, and it's a set point Hungary here. Pechy knows one good serve here sends us into a deciding set. Edge of the seat stuff in Budapest. The home crowd will be delighted now. Pechy's ace wins the second set, 12-10. We're heading to a decider in the first final of the day. Well, you couldn't wish for anything more. Fantastic stuff here, edge of the seat stuff. Both sets could have gone either way, but in the end, it's the result the neutrals wanted, and it's the result in this set the home crowd certainly wanted. It was ended with an ace from Petra Pechy, probably the most experienced of the four in doubles, highest ranked. She takes the point to take the set 12-10, having lost the first 12-11. As you look at the beautiful river that divides this city, the statistics for the set, 5 unforced errors each, but 4 winners to 0 for Pechy and for Vicsek, including that ace at the end that gave them the set 12-10. Beautiful sights of Budapest, Castle, the Citadel, the Parliament, and the river itself, of course. Iconic locations, and that's what we are all about. Here we go then, time is up. Players should be out there, but they're not yet. Still getting some last-minute hydration for the deciding set. So now we will not have a deciding point. Now you must win by 2, and these two have been so close throughout this final today. Agnieszka Nurzinska, referee, pulls them together. So Hungary will serve first in the deciding set. They choose ends. They will change partway through. First to 12. Let's play Teqball for the final time in the women's doubles. Barabasi and Tonu against Pechy and Vicsek. And it's the Hungarians in red who will get us underway in the decider. The first of the 3 finals today, men's and mixed doubles to come. It's almost an ace, almost the perfect serve, but she'll get another chance. 2 more serves if needed. The second one's pretty good though. Barabasi having to use her chest there. Pechy will set up Vicsek. Harvester header, low just over the net. It's good enough to win it. When you play the short one over the net, it's known as a harvester, really close to the ground, and no chance to reap the harvest for the opponents. The point goes to the Hungarians. So Petra Pechy, 25-year-old, takes the first point of the deciding set. Tonu setting herself up and misses with the strike. So 2-0 to the Hungarians. Reminder that Viorica Tonu is in her first ever final. Hadn't even been to the last 8 in any of the major events. By that we call those the World Series, as this is. Previously, any of the European or Asian Tour events. Over halfway from Barabasi, clear decision, illegal attack, and 3-0. Well, it was 3-0 to Barabasi and Tonu in the previous set, and they ended up losing it. So not all is lost by any means. Things can turn quickly in any Teqball match. We're at the Malia Stebinski Handball Arena in Budapest. Great serve again, forcing a lot of distance. Barabasi still has a lot of distance to make, so no power on that one. Pechy will try and give some power on that one. Gets quite a bit. Oh, it could be a great counter. Brilliant teamwork. Absolutely perfect setup from Barabasi, way off the table. And still quite a lot of work to do with the smash from Viorica Tonu, but she did it so well. Split the two. Thought about appealing there, but it was clearly nowhere near the edge. Well, they needed that. It's exactly what happened in the previous set, the other way around. Kinga Barabasi won a 3rd singles title of the season in Žilina recently, all at lower level than the World Series. European Games champion in Krakow herself, Barabasi, last season. But another double fault, and they've both been from her, leave her side trailing. 4-1 now. Last time she did this, she went for the headed second serve.
Second service.
Does again. Oh, and it might bring a point here. It does. Poor first touch from Vicsek, who wipes the table, but I think it's an imaginary piece of sweat or moisture, to be honest. It's a great serve, but well defended by Vicsek, and the coup de grace applied by Petra Pechy. Oh, look, Barabasi's asking for a VAR, I think, here. Let's see if we can hear. VAR is available. I don't know what the appeal would be for, actually. I didn't see anything that merited an appeal. And it's not going to be given. Let's just see. Yeah, it was certainly nowhere near the edge. Maybe she was thinking there was a double touch there. Maybe she thought there was already 3 touches before it got to Pechy. Pechy struggling here, can't quite find the edge of the table. Point clawed back, 3-5. So gets away with a 2-2 on serve there, Barabasi. Tonu's serve has actually been stronger in this match, I think. Her serves to come after this set of 4 from Nora Vicsek. Still to come, men's final and the mixed doubles final. Apo Georgiak, the world #1 singles player, in both of those finals of the doubles this week. No singles here in Budapest. Out of the arena it goes. Vicsek cannot get there. Another point clawed back. Well, all the signs that this one could be going the distance. Will we go into overtime? Will we get to 11 all? It's the gold star for any Teqball final. Happens so infrequently. Let's hope we're in for a treat today. Barabasi does just enough, didn't try to overhit it. Pechy uses the chest. Tonu, was she over halfway? No, the point is given to the Moldovan, the team in yellow. Get it back level here from 5-2 down. Beat Anna Ishak and Boglaka Nacha, really improving Hungarian team in the quarterfinals. Now hoping to beat the best Hungarian team of the moment in the final here. 5-5. Barabasi, is that over halfway? Still no decision in favour of the Hungarians, and they lose the point. Well, I said how quickly things could change. 4 points in a row with 1 serve to come. Change as one team reaches 6 in the decider. Social media accounts for the players on your screen. Become involved, become a fan. Don't forget, you can vote for your most valuable player. We'll put the QR code up again soon.
Second service.
If you think you've seen the best player already today, no matter 2 more finals to come, you can vote now. Vicsek trying to lay it up. Pechy. Oh, super hit. That's great tacking. Perfect setup from Vicsek. And Pechy on the run here. Look how far she had to come from the back of the court. So easy to put it beyond the table when you have that momentum approaching the ball, but struck it absolutely perfectly. You know what, we're tied again, 6-6 in this thrilling women's doubles final.
Net.
Who will lift the Teqball trophy?
Second service.
You can see which team's had the more winners so far. Maybe another one now. Pechy just stretching. She tried to play with the sole of the foot. Petra Pechy just glanced round at the score there. Just the one big scoreboard here. The back of the Hungarians, where our camera is right now. Oh, it's a good hit, but it's not a winning hit yet. Barabasi uses the chest, a bit more control. You saw the way it bounced off the table there. Pechy went early with the header. Barabasi could have struck it, couldn't use her chest again. Knee, this time from Pechy. Here's Tonu with a strike. Winner! Ahead again by 2 points, 2 in a row against the Hungarians. And are they calling a timeout here? Yep, timeout has been called while you watch the replay of the winner. So a 60-second time to just discuss tactics, take on some liquid and maybe just disrupt the momentum that was being built up by Barabasi and Tonu, who lead 8-6 here. Pressure on the favourites. Number 3 seeds this week beat Vicsek and Viorica in the quarters, 2 and 10. In the semi, an equally easy, in fact even easier win. They dropped just 8 points against Sophia Dejeni, another Hungarian, and Amélie Julien, the French woman. Been almost invincible this week, dropping just 44 points in the 10 sets. Outstanding Teqballing. But they found today, in Barabasi and Tonu, a team not to be messed with. We're in Budapest, the capital of Hungary, and you might say the capital of Teqball as well. Trying to withstand the invasion of the Thais into this sport. They threatened to take over. You got a glimpse there of Heroes Square, and we wonder who will prove to be the heroes of the women's game here. Great ovation for what will be the final few minutes of the first of the 3 finals here. The number 3 seeds, semi-finalists at the World Championships in Bangkok, a little under 12 months ago. Under pressure here. Is there going to be a VAR? I think they think this one hit the edge ball. So at the moment, the point has gone to Barabasi and Tonu to extend their lead. But did it hit the edge or was it full on? Well, that's a difficult freeze frame. That's probably not any clearer. Got to be clear evidence to overturn it. It is visible on the big screen here, in case you're wondering. The players all turning around and watching. Now that to me looks... Oh, I don't think there's enough evidence to overturn it, but it's very difficult. Even on the slow-mo. Yep, I think that's enough for the call from our referee Agnieszka Nurzinska to make her original decision stand. I don't see enough evidence that that's on the edge. And I think this is going to be call stands at 9-6. But looking at that angle, it's a tough one. The boys in the truck having to decide. The referees sharing their opinions. There must be some dispute for it to take this long. Here we go. They have the decision. I do not know what it is. And as you see, the call stands. Agnieszka hasn't been told yet.
Challenge is completed. No edge ball. Point to Team Yellow.
Well, real disappointment on the Hungarian faces there. They thought that they'd called correctly, but now their challenge is gone and they've lost another point. 9-6. 3 points from a trophy in her first ever venture into a quarter-final or beyond at world level. Viorica Tonu serving 3 out of 3 points so far. Pechy having something to say about that now with the chest. Tonu trying to set up Barabasi. It's a good short one. Vicsek keeps it alive. Good overlap from Pechy, and it's good enough to get the win. They get the point to reduce the arrears to 2. First point in that set of 4 taken against the outsiders. Great 4 nonetheless from Viorica Tonu. Remember, they were behind in this set, but they've turned it around, and that's another point. And they are edging towards the finishing line here. 19 different nations represented this week. I think it might be a record for a World Series event. Europe heavily to the fore. And some real surprises. No Banyak in the finals.
First service.
Pechy and Vicsek have been here before. Pechy needs at least 3 of these serves to stay alive. And at the moment, it's 2 out of 2 for her. Got to get at least 1 more, but ideally 2, and there's 1 straight away. Almost an ace, it's an unreturnable serve. It's 10-9. Well, I have no skin in the game, as I say. I'd love this to go to 11-all. We're almost there now, because it's already guaranteed to be the closest of possible finishes. Tonu. Barabasi with the chest, it's missed! It is 10-10! We are heading to overtime here. What a match! It's twisted and turned, it's ebbed and it's flowed, but there's never been much between them. For whom, with a final twist, be in favour? Barabasi to serve again. How much pressure on her now? Has served double faults today, remember. 2 captain's faults. Great serve. Oh! She says no net and wants a VAR, and why not? Because that didn't come back. My initial reaction was that didn't hit the net. She is obviously, as a server, in the best place to see it, but the umpire, side on, thought she saw the ball clip the net. Looks above the net, although we can't see on that, can we? Yeah, I don't think that's hit the net. I don't think there's any evidence that has hit the net, and I think this will be a winning point, which will give match point if confirmed. Well, it's going to be match point for one of them anyway, but it looks to me like this call might be overturned. Here we go. Yeah, surely that is a point to Barabasi and Tonu actually already clapping to say we've won this point. What a dream week it has been for that woman at the bottom left of your screen. Surely that did not touch the net. And Viorica Tonu on a debut in a quarter-final, let alone a semi, let alone a final, will maybe stand 1 point away from a World Series title if this challenge is upheld and the call is overturned. We wait. Budapest waits. Silence among the spectators. Here we go.
Challenge is completed. No net. Repeat the service.
Oh, she hasn't got the winning point. Well, that is harsh because it was a winning serve, and so they have to serve again, and it will go back to 10-10. Well, that's maybe something we have to look at in the laws of the game, because that was absolutely a winning serve. No way that Vicsek was getting that back. Gone virtually out of the playing arena here. So the second serve, not as good. Oh, I think she was stretching, even though she missed the table. I think she knew it would be an illegal attack, Petra Pechy. And so there is going to be a match point after all to Barabasi and Tonu. Barabasi serving for the match here. 11-10 in the decider. Great first serve. Vicsek struggling to get there, can't do it! Barabasi and Tonu continue a week of sensational upsets here with a 12-10 victory, and look what it means to them.